Anyway, I've been getting a lot of feedback about CoQ10 again. I've done this about 2 or 3 months ago or longer, but I've been getting a lot of comments why I don't have Ubiquinol, the new super CoQ10 antioxidant, and I have Ubiquinone in my prime longevity. Everybody wants to know. The other one's more biological. It's higher biological availability, all of those things. Why am I using the cheaper form, Ubiquinone, instead of the more expensive Ubiquinol? And I told you about it because I did the research chemically, and the chemistry of it is very specific. And I want you not to be fooled by the advertising hype about the other CoQ10 that supplement companies don't want you to know about. You're going to get all of these newsletters. I don't care from it's Dr. Sears or Baylock or any of them. Dr. Rowan, all of them, Julian Whitaker, they all talk about the supplement, CoQ10 supplement companies don't want you to know about. Almost like that it's been fraud or something having to do with the ubiquinone and ubiquinol. And it's nothing more than advertising hype so they can sell you a more expensive form of CoQ10. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the science behind CoQ10 so you know. And you will know more than all the other doctors that send out your letters. Because when I went to first produce and formulate Prime Longevity, we had a formula that was 50-50. 50% ubiquinone, 50% ubiquinol. And after talking with the manufacturers after my first 1 or 2 runs, they said, look, let me give you the science. And I talked to the scientist at the pharmaceutical company that makes our supplement. And then I went and read the reports, and I went into the science behind it. And ubiquinone and ubiquinol come from the word ubiquitous. It means that it's everywhere, and that's because every single cell in the human body has CoQ10. Every cell in the body has CoQ10. It's either ubiquinone or ubiquinol. And the difference between the two, CoQ10 has 2 basic functions. It either produces energy or it works as an antioxidant protecting the cells. Ubiquinone, which is the cheaper form, is called the oxidized form of CoQ10. It's used to create energy inside the cells, inside the mitochondria, which is the energy factory of the cell. Everybody thinks oxidized is bad, but it doesn't mean that. It just it's a different form. Then the ubiquinone is used to produce ATP energy, which is the energy cell. Ubiquinol is called a reduced form of CoQ10, and it provides antioxidant capabilities or protection of each cell, but outside the cells. So the body needs both forms of CoQ10, and the location of the CoQ10 determines what form it takes. Inside the cell where energy is needed is ubiquinone. Outside the cell, in the bloodstream and on the cell membranes, is ubiquinol, and it's needed to work as an antioxidant. It protects the cell. Okay, together, ubiquinone and ubiquinol form a redox pair. And a redox pair means that each one can be easily converted to the other by the body. Given the fact that the body switches the 2 substances back and forth very easily to meet its own requirements, the argument that ubiquinol is the biologically active form of CoQ10 is not valid. You need the ubiquinone to produce energy. So claims have been made that ubiquinone is viewed as inferior, and ubiquinol is that adults over 40 have more difficulty with ubiquinone to ubiquinol. Well, it's not true. Human studies have shown otherwise. Ubiquinone and ubiquinol easily changes back and forth. The ubiquinol formed is converted to ubiquinone through the process by cooking. So when you eat foods like animal products that have CoQ10 in them, in the cooking process, all CoQ10 turns to ubiquinone. Ubiquinol taken as a supplement, if you buy the expensive ubiquinol as a supplement and you take it orally, ubiquinol is unstable and it turns to ubiquinone in the stomach. It is converted back to ubiquinol before absorption. So it goes through the intestinal tract and it is absorbed as ubiquinone. That means that no matter what form of CoQ10 you consume, the ubiquinone is what is absorbed through the cell, the intestine, to get into the blood. This is the truth in science. And I want to save you guys money so you don't believe the hype. That's why I went in Prime Longevity back to the form of ubiquinone. I was able to cut the cost just by using pure ubiquinone, and I was able to add all of that astaxanthin without changing the price. So that's the reason that you're going to see ubiquinone instead of ubiquinol. And so please don't believe the garbage hype about what you hear on these newsletters. That's why you listen to this radio show, and this radio show will tell you the truth about these things. And that's the reason I put together Prime Longevity also. Prime is the key nutrient.